has become a part of the media technological infrastructure of everyday life that we need antidotes of immaterialization. We need a new aesthetics of existence. And it is precisely because the media and their power to stage events are penetrating deeper and deeper into reality that people long for the real reality, the reality behind the screens. The one world that media technology has staged provokes a kind of human compensation. And this human compensation will be the lifestyle pluralism. In other words, identity discourses circulate as a kind of human compensation for the universalism of global communication. The more complex and the more spatially wide-ranging living conditions and circumstances become, the more we need the local self-organization of communities of choice, communities of interest, communities of practice. And here it's very important to understand what Mark Granovetter means when he talks about the strength of weak ties. The new world of networks, the networks of the internet culture have nothing to do with the social networks that we are acquainted with in the 19th and 20th century, because the traditional social networks are worlds of strong ties. They are worlds of real friendship. They are the worlds of intimacy. And the new social networks have nothing to do with it. The new social networks of the internet are composed of weak ties. And this is so because only weak ties are very information rich. This is a very interesting paradox that strong ties are not very information rich. A simple test case for this is the communication between lovers. You cited Marshall McLuhan, and I remember one quotation, one of my famous quotations by Marshall McLuhan is, he said this is why lovers mumble so, because when information is very low, when the connection and the emotional response is very high. So if you have strong ties, the information flow is very small. And if you have weak ties, you get lots of information. Mark Granovetter tested this with research concerning the question, how can you get a job? Which is a very important question. How can I get a job? And the very interesting finding of this research is the most important informations that enable you to get a job do not come from relatives or good acquaintances, but from very weak ties. So people you met once or twice in your life. These people are much more important concerning information than the good friends or your lover. So the world of the new social networks, the world of the internet culture, is emotionally speaking not as intense as the traditional forms of social networks. I think we have to keep that in mind, and it explains why it is possible that our children who live in the internet have 2,600 friends, which surprises older people like me. How is that possible to have 2,600 friends? But it's not longer a surprise if you keep that in mind, that networks are based on weak ties and not on strong ties. Thank you very much for your attention.